Cheers. Fancy. Here we got brown mushroom. Always good.
Fearless. That doesn't sound good. Okay, I am live now. I think.
Okay.
Yes.
Where do you want me to give you the stream box?
I will be coming to you. I'm right outside of the thing. You know? The one thing? Thingamabob?
Yep. Yep, sure. Totally. Which one?
Well, it used to have a sign on the front called the Thingamabob. It's the clock tower.
Clock tower. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, up, I'm here. Oh, yep. Here's the
Hello.
stream box.
Look, I gotta expect it really quick with the spyglass, you know, to really see.
Oh yeah. Alright, we are waiting over to you now. Thank you everyone for watching and have a great stream with Fearless. And hope everyone enjoyed the stream. And
Try to switch to my fancy wear. It's Sunday after all. You know, I have to have my Sunday best on.
yeah. Yep, there you go.
Parade! Hope your stream was fantastic today, Obi-Wan.
Thank you. Have a good rest of your day.
Take care!
Bye.
Fan! Hello, Aaron. Hello, Violet Ninja. Hello, Sköll, who came in with the little blurp noise. His blurp walk on. Hope you're all having a fantastic part 2 of the wonderful stream day. I need to test the bots. Hold on. Do that yet. Then we're gonna open the music like that. There we go. Okay. Shout out Obi-Wan. Oh yeah, we gotta give him the official shout out. There we go. If you guys didn't follow Obi-Wan yet during his stream, please go give him a follow. This was his very first affiliate stream. The big milestone in anyone's streaming career. Very proud of all the work he's put into it. And, you know, he only has up to go from here. So, go give him some support. Of course, we are in the middle of day 2 of the SlackVille stream weekend. You know, I always want to call it stream day, but it's not really a stream day. It's a stream weekend. We have both things today. In fact, I think T-Man bridged the gap last night. I had to go to bed. I kind of missed if the gap was bridged or not, but it might have been our very first ever full stream weekend, you know? From like 8 a.m. Eastern time one day to, I don't know, probably midnight tonight. Sometime like that. It is a big deal. Gary, hello. Gary, I'm going to let you slide in that new here because you're new to the stream today. But, you know, don't think I don't got my eyes on you, Gary. I got my eyes on you. Okay. Did I pick up the box? I did, but we didn't even look at what items we have. So this is day 2 of SlackVille stream weekend. I have this weird bug where sometimes shulker boxes have like some weird text up there. I don't know what that is from. I think it's the name of these items is causing some issues with my texture pack. But, so... Oh, Teamy actually put it in here. There is 6 hours stream. That must mean he successfully did it, right? If he has an item here, a furnace, a little fern eye. He was working on a massive furnace farm. On SlackVille Forever, which is our other SlackVille world. That was not the right button. Why do I keep hitting the wrong button? It was no Fearless raid. I'm sorry. I hit the wrong button. I was supposed to hit the wave. Yep, went the full 6 hours. That is amazing. I'm so glad that that all worked out. I really couldn't tough it out through all of it. I only woke up halfway through Jen's stream today because I stayed up 2 hours in a T-Man stream. So I don't know if I would have made it to my stream. I had to stay up all night. But, what? This is Snack, right? Evil Armory Furnished. Why does Snack have an evil armory? We got a super villain on SlackVille. Then we got the Trauma Stone. I gotta look at the list of peeps. So that must be Sacred Lotus. Forever SlackVille Bridges is definitely Slack. Then that's Jen, because she was playing Connect Boom. That's what I saw when I jumped on her stream. And then, of course, we had the fake Warden from Obi-Wan. Yeah, you gotta join the Discord. I do have a Discord command, so hold on a second, guys. Hold on. If you want to join this amazing server we have here, the place to start is the SlackVille Discord. I don't decide who plays on this world. It's beyond my powers. But if you do want to play here, the first place to start is in the SlackVille Discord. We're looking for active community members, people who are having fun and hanging out, people we know we could trust to join the world, you know? Because this is a very important world to all of us. As you can see by all the amazing things that are put on here all the time. Like city halls and giant clock towers that we call thingamajigs, you know? I'm kind of sad the official name has been taken off. You know, the thingamabobamajig. You know? And you might have heard it making a little ting noise. It does sing a little bit. On top of everything else. A wonderful build. But it is open for more people to join, you know? There is an application process in the Discord, if you so choose. Jeez! Hello, Shad! Yeah, you gotta be a part of the community, you know? Community is paramount here. It's the #1 goal of SlackVille. It's the reason why I'm still here all these years later. I've been playing in the SlackVille community for, I don't know, 5-6 years? Something like that? 2019, I think, is when I joined the Discord. Something like that, right? And I've been here the whole time. You know, life always changes, and you don't always end up in the same place you thought you'd be. But somehow, some way, I always find myself back here. And that's mostly because of the amazing people that are here. Okay, so we got the stream box, right? Yep. We got Tomato. Great ads, right when I got on. Yeah, you gotta wait. Let me see. Yeah, the ad in progress is going on. You must have missed my whole speech. Aw, shucks. Shucks. Yeah, unfortunately, the ad system has changed on Twitch, right? You can opt into this new program. It has its pros and cons. I know when the ads are going to play, as long as I'm paying attention, and I was not at the end of the stream. And it does prevent pre-roll ads. So there are 2 general types of ads on Twitch. There are 2 general types of ads. There's the pre-roll ads, which are the ads that play when you join a stream. Then there are the in-stream ads where you're watching the stream and all of a sudden you're taken out of the stream to watch an ad, right? Pre-roll ads are obtrusive or intrusive because the people who are just trying to join your stream may be pushed to watch another one if the ad sort of interrupts their flow too much. But I really dislike the in-stream ads as well, because I'll be talking, having fun, and then all of a sudden, everyone who doesn't subscribe, because that's the only way to not see an ad, won't be able to see me anymore. You know? That's when that happens. When you get the ads. But anyway, I was saying that, you know, I've been here for about 5-6 years in the SlackVille community, right? And I keep coming back because the community is so amazing. Our goal is to preserve the community as best we can, you know? And maintain a happy, healthy group of wonderful people. You got to join my Discord. You join my Discord? What? Oh, yeah, it did. You gotta remember to accept the rules in my Discord. You know, there's a little pop-up thing that comes up. Let's take a nap. And yes, I have my own Discord too. There's not just this SlackVille Discord. Oh, should be bright out now. Yes. That is a lot of monsters. The ads are freezing the screen. MrFearless noise is the book at home after work. And I did see your DM, Aaron. Oh, goodness. I did see your DM. Come on, I'm trying to do stuff here. Now you slowed me down. My one weakness. Being slow. Sweet Chad has slowed the stream. How could you? My own Discord pings me every time I go live. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Because I'll get a Discord PM, or DM, sorry. And then I'll be like, is that something important? Or is that the bot's just letting me know something crazy's going on? Right? Who knows? Tease of the day! We could do that. It's always good to get it out early in the stream. We do have 3 hours today, by the way. So maybe I shouldn't be using up all my energy in the first 5 minutes. Let's grab cheese.com because it's time for the cheese of the day. I say let's not get too excited, and then I immediately get excited. This is the cheese of the day. Ooh. Getting some feta from the sky. See T-Man turned the weather back on. Fascinating. I feel like I need another screen, honestly. There we go! Cheese cam! Story time! We haven't done that in a long, long time. It's just something crazy when it's a ping from me. Cheese cam! Yesterday we had mascarpone, and today we have gorgonzola. Ooh. I've actually heard of this cheese before. Funny enough, the first time I heard of this cheese is from a character from a kid's cartoon show called Chowder. One of the characters in the show is named Gorgonzola. But today, we've got Gorgonzola Picante DOP, which I think DOP is like a signature of the quality of the cheese. Gorgonzola! I hardly know her. Bird! You guys are redeeming a lot of stuff. You're gonna have to give me a moment. We'll do cheese of the day, and then we'll do story time. Hope you're doing great, Snowy. Oh yeah, you did cabin, too. And mushroom. So if you would like me to build those things, you can always do those. 67k. Might be a lot of story time. You always had a lot of points. You know, you're the one that would redeem, like, the 100,000 points of going to fight the warden or going and doing a raid back in the day. Snowy's always been the person to save up the points to use it to show me why I probably shouldn't have really expensive point redeems. Can I mix cheese of the day and story time? I like that idea. I like that idea. Okay. You've piqued my interest, N-Fan. You've piqued my interest. Let's do story time right now. Okay? So, with story time, it's not been a while since we've done one of these redeems, so I gotta refresh my own memory about the rules because this is a very special redeem on the channel. It's a fan favorite, and personally, it's my favorite as well. The goal of Storytime is for you guys to tell a story through me. So you'll be sharing one word at a time in chat. It's one of the only times you're allowed to spam messages in chat. Remember, only one word at a time. And I will use those words to construct a story. Then I have 5 minutes to go through as many of those words as possible with the story, right? So essentially, you guys are the authors of the story. I'm just the narrator. And there are some rules, though, of course. They can't be inappropriate rules. They cannot be people's names. So no Slack, no Jen, no insert least favorite politician here. None of that kind of stuff. Family friendly all the way is the next rule. You know, it has to follow the normal rules of the channel, the normal rules of Twitch. Can't be anything inappropriate. And lastly, they have to be English words. I only speak English. I did at one time speak a little German, but English is about as far as I can go. So with those rules in mind, feel free to spam any words as you want in chat, you know? English has about 60,000 words. 60,000 words! And every single time we've done this, and we've done these maybe 300, 400 times. And that's not a joke. We have done many story times over the years. Every single time, there's been new words used during the story time. So it may be you who adds a brand new word to story time that I've never had to use before in a sentence. Feel free to spam chat starting now. I did see the Fearless Fact Redeem. We could do that as well. I liked that idea of doing this now because I like to flood chat with messages first. So then there's a nice backlog when I start beginning to tell the story. So you can see some people are already taking part. Sweet Chad with Minecraft, Enfan with Warden, Gary with Smelly. That's exactly what we need. Those are the words, are the kinds of words we're looking for. A single word, English, not inappropriate. As long as it follows the channel guidelines, have at it. Okay. And now we'll continue with the cheese of the day, you know? See, we're doing two things at once. We're multitasking today. Masters of the stream. Okay. So today's cheese, as I said before, is Gorgonzola Picante. Gorgonzola Picante. And it's an Italian cheese. And it's a blue cheese. You can see the little blue stripes in it, actually. So let's read a little bit about it. Gorgonzola Picante is a semi-hard, aged blue cheese from the Piedmont and Lombardy regions of Italy. Made with pasteurized cow's milk and aged for 3 months, it develops an assertive aroma, intense sharp flavor, and a crumbly texture. The cheese's ivory paste features a marbled design with blue veining. It's versatile in culinary use. Goodness, some words. I'm going to struggle with story time today, guys. I can't even say the word versatile or veining. Versatile in culinary use, enhancing dishes like risotto or salads with walnuts. I actually really like salads with walnuts. Walnuts are really nice. It pairs well with honey or fruits on a cheese plate and is best enjoyed with a glass of red wine or Marsala. I'm not sure what Marsala is, but, you know, definitely know what red wine is. And then this also has like lists of other names of this cheese, right? Mountain Gorgonzola, Gorgonzola Picante blue cheese, Gorgonzola Natural, and then Montanga. I guess that might be the name of like a place it comes from, if I had to guess. Okay, let's see. How are we doing in the words? You guys are doing really good, actually. Snowy, actually, came out with Frankfurter with the first one. What other redeems did we have? Cheese of the Day from Gary. We just did that. And while we're flooding the chat with more words, keep going, guys. Keep going. You know I could talk fast. You know I could get through a lot of words. You got to make it hard for me, okay? Let's see. What else? Just in case we didn't miss anything. Oh, and LIVESTREAM's already pulling out the tough words. He's always the great challenge here. He's like the final boss of story time. Okay. I think it was just another Fearless facts from Gary. Yeah, we should be good with that. And we'll do it while we're on Cheese Cam, you know? Why not? Or maybe, no. Let's go switch back to game for a second. I need to pull something up. I have a list of facts that I've been collecting. What kind of fact do we want? What would be a good fact for today? I think we have a good fact waiting for us on SlackVille Forever, actually. And I think that's where we're going to be doing our story time. 2 for 1. Story time and fearless fact, you know? Because this is where the story time was born, on this world right here. SlackVille Forever. This is my house. That's my best friend, Cow Kent, right there. Waiting outside, doing investigative journalism. They have some really nice glasses, you know? Look at that. Amazing. But over here, in the Dark Oak Forest, where we used to name and plant trees, every single one of these trees are made by viewers like you. Someone, a long, long time ago, built me a storytime space. I don't know actually who built this and put this here. It was certainly not me. But one day I logged on and it was here waiting for me. And I believe this is where I sit to tell the stories, right here, right? You know? A little smoke in the distance. And apparently a beacon beam under it, you know? Really adding to the ambiance of the space. But our fact, I think, is up here. Or maybe right here. Yeah. So, there are a couple different fishes in Minecraft, right? That little brown one right there is a cod. That's the most common fish in the game. Well, maybe the second most. You find that in cold oceans and stuff like that. Then there are salmon, which I don't know if I have any of here. But I should be able to find them in the river. They're pink fish. And my personal favorite in real life, because they're really tasty. They'll spawn in rivers, almost exclusively. And it doesn't look like we're lucky enough to see one. Oh, there we are. There we are. Right? There's the salmon. Those are like the prototypical fish of Minecraft. The really crazy ones are the ones that I had in there along with my cod. Well, let's go back through the murder basement. I mean, the friendship-go-lucky basement. No murder is happening there. Don't mind about the screaming. That's normal for a basement. And if we go out here again... Nope, wrong one. Wrong door. Over here. You'll see that I have 2 other fish in there. This yellow one and this red one. Those are tropical fish. My fact for you today, I might have to look it up just to make sure I verify that I'm right in the number. So there are 3,587 types of these 2 fish here, right? 3,500. If we go through here real quick, and we jump in there and hang out with our fish, you can see them a little bit better now that we're in the water. There are many, many different combinations of colors and stripes and body shapes for these fish. You can see we have a red one on top and a white one on the bottom, and this is like yellow striped. But if you go to any tropical ocean, and you actually look at the fish by capturing them in a bucket, you'll get a little name for them. And they're, well, kind of procedurally generated, almost, from a bunch of different combination of parts, right? And every time you grab one or find a school of these fish out in the water, it's very likely it's a completely different school than you've seen before. Unless you hang out in the water all the time, it's very unlikely you're going to encounter... Oh, here's a good one. You're going to encounter the same fish twice, right? They do spawn in schools, so it's not like you're going to find just one lone species of these fish all on their lonesome. But every single time a group of these spawn, the whole group will be this flavor of fish, whatever that name is. And those names and those color combinations amount to 5,000 fish. You know? And we'll give you a bonus fun fact today. I've played Minecraft long enough to know the consequences of adding so many different types of fish and such a complex AI for how fish work. You know, they travel in schools and they also move in 3 dimensions. Unlike every other mob that just will path to the ground, they can move up and down in the water. They were actually the most complicated AI at the time they were added to the game of any mob in the game. So complicated, in fact, schools of them spawning in rivers like this or oceans could significantly lag the game. There you go. 2 fun facts for the price of 1, Gary. I would say that's worth it, you know? It's like, it's a BOGO deal, you know? Let's see, how are we doing on words? Doing pretty good. Let's see. I think we might be ready for story time. You guys feeling it? I'm feeling ready. I'm feeling ready. Oh, we may not be ready. Hygiene added another 1 to it. So, the other special thing about this particular redeem, the Storytime redeem, is you can wombo combo it, you know? Maybe I was the one getting a 2-for-1 deal here, because we have 2 of those redeems running at the same time. Which means instead of 5 minutes to go through these words, I have 10 minutes. I'm just saying, we might need more words now. I think I'm successfully warmed up. So, we're gonna test something real quick, because I haven't done this redeem in a while. And I don't know if I've done this particular thing in ever, actually. So we're gonna test it to see if it works. It does work. So, I have a 10-minute countdown, as we're going to go through the words to when it ends. In the past, I would time out my phone, but you really can't see that, you know? Want some more audience engagement on this. So, I added the 10-minute counter on screen. Not going to be too exciting, but it will give you a countdown to when the story will end. So, because this is going to be 10 minutes, it'll be good to take a nap beforehand. I don't know if I have any phantoms, but I was hanging out here quite a bit yesterday with T-Man. So, I don't know if I did any of the sleepy slams that I should be doing. And it looks like the sun is behind Rue's beehive. Yeah. Is that rising or lowering? So, Minecraft days are 10 minutes in length. Roughly, anyway. And the nights are another 10 minutes. So, we could do a nighttime story time. We could. Because I don't really want to wait for that to get down to the bottom. Kind of want to do this now, you know? So, let's fly down here. Did my elytra break? Oh no! This is the only world that I've ever broken my elytra on, and I've done it twice. The only world that I've ever broken my elytra on, and I've done it twice. There's a really old video on my YouTube channel, for any of you who are actually watching the YouTube stream right now, you might be able to find it. Or I did a tour of this world, the same world, and during the tour, my elytra broke, because I was flying around so much. I think I started off with a fully repaired elytra that time as well. And I broke it just because the world is so massive. And I did it again. Okay, I guess we're gonna be groundbound for now. I don't even know where I could walk to go repair my elytra. I might have to go stab some things the old-fashioned way to get at least some durability. I'm not really aware of exactly an easy XP farm to grab is. I might have to talk to T-Man. Elytra! That's a good one. Okay. We might do a nighttime story time. Kind of like that, with the little bee in the background. I do have air above my head, so... we might have to fight off some, ne'er-do-wells, let's say, while we're telling the story, but, you know, it just enhances the storytelling experience. So... got the counter. I need to switch into... I actually have a special chat mode where I can read old chat messages just to see what's going on. Oh, I might have broke it, though. Pop this out. Let's... see here. I have to re-enable this. We'll see if it works. If it doesn't work, I can just do it the way I've done it many, many times over the past. Hold on. Okay, I got it. Perfect. Okay. It looks like the first word was Frankenfurter from Snowy. Second was Smelly. Third was Minecraft. So typically I try to maybe incorporate the first 3 words into the story. I think we could do something interesting with Frankfurter and Minecraft. Or maybe we could use Smelly. Let's see. Are you guys ready? I'm ready. Let me drink some more coffee. A little bit of water. A little bit of stretch, you know. Gotta get ready. This is a big deal, guys. Long ago, in a galaxy far, far away, there once was a Frankfurter unlike no other. For they were a smelly Frankfurter. They had seen many, many years and aged long, long time. In the wonderful world we call Minecraft. When one day, this aging old Frankfurter, a grandfather to many, watched his village be besieged, attacked and destroyed by the most merciless of villains. A woman who came out of nowhere with his bread sword and began slaying all his villager buddies. Poor Frankfurter, being as old as they were unable to stop the onslaught. And with their one grandson, Cheese, they were successfully able to escape the village. And as they turned around, seeing the burning flames rise high into the night sky, they vowed their revenge. They would do whatever it took to reclaim their village and fend off the evil warden and his bread sword. Of course, normal stuff here. So, they went on a quest. A quest like no other. Yes, a quest like no other. To find the super randomness. A talisman that can undo the past by causing random spikes in the chain of time. You see, Frankfurter, in his youth, was an adventurer. But now, he took a crazy broken arrow to the knee. And he couldn't adventure like he once did. But his grandson, Cheese, he was the future of venturing. So, Grandpa Frankenfurter decided that he would bear witness to his Cheese's triumphant return to become the greatest adventurer there ever was. So, he would be the helper that Cheese needed in the background. But because they couldn't move very fast, they needed to get a move on now before Warden's army caught up to them in the meantime. And on the other side of the beautiful mountain they were standing on, they could still see the fires burning below. As the full hurricane force of Warden's might began to lay siege to other nearby villages, slowly working themselves towards the mountain. They had to move now if they had the chance to escape. And that's when they looked into the distance and saw the nearby train, the Queso del Dio, one of the local trains in the region. They needed to jump on board quickly. We might run out of words, guys. We need more words. More words, guys! We needed to jump on the train to make haste. With Grandpa's bad knees, of course, Frankenfurter needed a faster mode of transportation. So they skedaddled down the mountain towards the train down below. But between them and the train, of course, was the Great Mirror Lake, a danger to many an adventurer. For in the depths of the lake, a doctor did rise, a monster like no other. They had faced conventional monsters like the Warden, but this one was a monster of the mind. Something reflected in their very soul. Frankfurter told Cheese, No, Cheese, don't approach them! We must leave now, before it's too late! But, in fact, it was all in vain. As Cheese looked deep into the lake, the monster rose and took the form of the evil Cheese, the anti-Cheese, Loki. Chaos. to assault poor Cheese. Would Cheese be slain on his first great adventure? Would he have the chance to escape? FrankenFurter, of course, had his own way of fighting back. Being a hero of great renown at one point in time, he pulled out his mighty purple sword and fending off this massive beast as it loomed over the lake in front of them. Cheese, being struck by the dazzling beauty of the evil monster, was temporarily dazed and almost just crushed like cheese in a creamery as his grandfather pushed him to the side and began to engage the creature in battle. Grandpa may be old, but he is versatile. His purpose was strong. As darkness began to lay over the land, he began the mighty battle with the evil god Loki. Before it was too late. What they didn't know was in the distance was the scouts of the warden, watching and waiting. You see, they had burned down the village to capture FrankenFurter. They knew that he held a powerful talisman of his own they needed for their world conquest. At the core of his heart, FrankenFurter must be captured. So the scouts, in the midst of the battle between the great hero FrankenFurter and Loki, retreated back to let their master warden know of their evil scheme. Cheese, now lost in the waves of the lake as it began to rise above the shore, battering the shore, began to fear for their life. But they knew their grandfather, the shepherd he was, would defend him. But grandfather, being as old as he was, wasn't able to keep up with the beast. Cheese needed to do something, or they would be both lost forever in the depths of Mirror Lake. In one grandiose fell swoop, he realized there was a massive towering tree on the shore, and it was holding on by only a thread. He began to push and pull on the tree, but it would not budge an inch. When he looked out in the distance and saw a big fluffy dog nearby, he enticed it over, and this massive beast of its own right began to push and pull on the tree as it cracked and creaked and began to fall. Grandfather FrankenFurter, turning around, seeing the great tree, dodged out of the way, hurting himself in the process. But the tree smacked into the shore of the the lake, causing the great wells to swell up above, crushing the evil mirror monster and sending it back to the depths, just for a moment. But that moment is all they needed. Grandfather, now injured, was picked up by the dog, and as Cheese got onto its back, they ran off into the distance in a dizzying worry. They knew that if they didn't get away now, the mirror beast would be surely back for them again. And as they ran off into the distance, the lake began to shimmer and shine one final time, as the wordy yet monstrous beast beneath the surface began to take the form of a cat. Now, because unfortunately the dog had looked into the lake, and everyone knows the anti-dog is the cat. Of course. It all makes sense. It all makes sense. Big fluffy cat. And it began to stalk our heroes on the rest of their journey. Going through this mountainous terrain was no small feat. But as they got closer and closer to their destination, the train station at the base of the hill and the great mountain that they had traveled across, they could hear the thumping of the great army of the warden quickly approaching. They had crested the top of the mountain, that same place where they were hours before, and were now looking down at them, seeing their path to escape. So, of course, the great warden general sent out his most powerful, his most powerful and loyal soldiers, the fish forces. Fish forces. But unfortunately, he had mistaken them for his laziest troops, and all they did was flop on the top of the mountain and roll downhill. Seeing that the fish wouldn't be the way to go, of course, he realized his brilliance. He would use his catapult army to fire coconuts to prevent him from escaping and getting to the train in time. And they realized that if they aimed ahead of him and targeted the train itself, they would prevent all means of escape. And as the great coconuts rained down around them, our heroes realized that not only were they being stalked by the mirror monster, but now Warden had officially caught up to them. They had little recourse but to push forward as fast as they could and go deep, deep into the forest around them at the base of the mountain to escape. Like a basement covers the sky above, the canopy so thick they can no longer see the night stars above them. And as the trees rustled, being hit by these massive coconut projectiles, they realized it would only be a temporary reprieve from the onslaught coming towards them. When they heard a rustle in the trees, much lower than before, they realized the great cat monster thing had been stalking them and finally caught up to them as well. He had to throw frisbees. Great dog that they were riding had to jump and dodge before being hit in the chest and knocked over. They realized that the great monster had caught up to them, and now, without the dog, they had to fight their way out of here. But Cheese had a trick up his sleeve. Being a Cheese of great renown, a grandson of the greatest hero of the age, he had powers yet unlocked. And in this time of need, the power of Gorgonzola swelled up within inside him. Of course, Gorgonzola, of course. Allowing him to take on the powers of a character as powerful as Superman. Will he be able to fend off the mirror monster? Will they be able to escape the wrath of the Warden? I guess we're gonna have to find out next time on the next Fearless Story Time. The end? The end. Best story ever, says Shad. What'd you guys think? Hello, Iron Knight! Sorry, I was in the middle of story time, you know? We told the story so long that it actually became day. Oh, guys, there we go. Let's get rid of the countdown. You can see why I really enjoyed that redeem, and I hope you guys did too. Like I said, it's my favorite redeem. Yeah. There's a movie made of it. I think so. I think Grandpa Frankenfurter and his grandson Cheese deserve their own, you know, autobiographical movie made of them, you know, where they tell the story of their great and historic deed. Autobiographical. There we go. There we go. There we go. Where were those kind of words in the story, guys? Where was autobiographical and supercalifragilisticexpialidocious? Well, beans. I think that's all of our redeems that we had. Were there any more made while I was talking? While we were cheese timing? No, I don't think so. You almost wrote that word. You should have. Willing my coworker to get down here faster so I could zoom home and do after work things. Hopefully it all works out. If not, you know, we can always go a little longer. So, I guess we have to do things today, you know? Like play Minecraft? Crazy. Slack's just hanging out in Discord. He's been hanging out all day. I'm waiting for him to say hi. Okay. I don't think we'll be playing on SlackVille forever. Maybe someday, you know? We do have some things to finish up here. And this world has been around practically since... Well, not essentially since when I started streaming, but it was like the very first world that I streamed really seriously on. Okay? All those years ago. It'll be fun to come back here and complete some more projects. I think the last time I was on here, a couple months ago, we built like a bridge over here. Oh, my lights was broken. I forgot. I guess it's horse travel for me from now on. Built this bridge, just like really, really simple. That I completed in like 10 minutes or something like that. Then we also built another bridge over here. We do have a base, other than that house we were just looking at, you know? Let's skip and a jump and a run over here. We could be that bridge right there. Which is actually, if you want it for some reason, it's available on Hatter's Structure Lab. portal where you could download the holograms. Should do. Thought I'd get caught out here longer, but thankfully he came over. Orchard duty? What? You're working on an orchard? Orchards? Let's eat our crispy bacon. Yeah, without a light straw, we really can't do too much here. One of the things that is weird about this world, you might see banners that are black everywhere. There's actually one in my house. This world had to have a little surgery to save it a long time ago. When T-Man converted the world to Java and then back to Bedrock again. But in that process, we lost a lot of the data around our wonderful banners we had. You know, we had all sorts of banner patterns all over the world. But any of the ones that were placed in the world at the time lost their patterns. And there's one in here, in my happy-go-lucky friendship basement. Yeah, right there. Do you have a TH you could trade for XP? No, I don't have a trading hall. But there are trading halls, right? So, SlackVille Forever is a little bit different than other worlds. This is a collaborative world where we all work together to do stuff. So I don't have a farm, but there are farms, right? I think trading hall was not a bad idea. There's one actually way over there where I was standing. So if I did need to repair my wings, and if I did want to work on some of my big projects here, we could definitely go over to the Mozzarella Hall and trade up for some quartz. That's not a bad idea. But for now, I want to go back to the SMP world. Well, actually, I want to jump in creative for a moment. Because, I have some changes to make it creative before we build it in survival. So, jumping from one big project to the next, we have been working on our beautiful castle here. Our evil vampire-like castle. Slowly chipping it away at it on stream. And I have started a little bit of it on CourageCraft. No, sorry, not CourageCraft, SlackVille. CourageCraft on the brain. I've started a little bit on SlackVille SMP world, the other SlackVille. I started this part here. But I want to make a few more changes before I place some more blocks in the world. And one of them being in here, a change that we've been working on stream is in this room. You know, starting from the big doors in the back. Or in the front, sorry. Back, front, you know, practically the same thing. These big doors are the entrance to the throne room. Or a big castle. Words are hard today, guys, okay? They're just hard. This is the entrance to our castle. And in this throne room, we have a big glass floor to really intimidate visitors, you know, because it's evil. And then on either side, I am planning on putting some evil dining room tables. You know, everything's got to be evil here. You know, it's evil. In fact, let's switch to the evil skin. Evil. So with the evils, we're planning on fitting these with some dining room tables. And the other day we were working on some organs here. What else of floating trees? Well, we're kind of do the opposite of floating trees. We're going to have a tree without any leaves on top, you know? It's like the anti-evil tree. Is anti-evil good? That's getting a little bit much. And one of the things that I want to work on today is this here. The floor going up to this area. So one of the things that I really love to play with when I build stuff in Minecraft is the floor level. Right? We've got 3 dimensions to play with in Minecraft. Up, down, left, right, side to side, stuff like that. But one thing that we don't really play with a lot is the floor, right? Usually floors are very flat. And welcome to the Fearless family, Sparkle. I'm in my evil skin. This is not quite MrFearless. This is the other guy, the doctor, you know, Dr. Fearful. So here we have this glass space, and it is glass. My texture pack makes it like it's not there, which is why I have the pack on. But it goes down, right? And then over here, the throne goes up. And I want this similar thing to happen here on the sides, where we go up from this ground level to a new upper level. One of the problems with that in Minecraft, of course, is that everything has to be done in a single block. So the actual space to do stuff here will be limited because we're going up so high. But I think at the end of the day, it's going to add a lot to this space, right? Like I said, you could do a lot by modifying the height of different blocks, right? Without even varying the texture, which is what I'm doing here. Just by moving up and down, you can add so much to a build. Do it a little wave. You know, I got a wave. Let's see. Hold on. Where is my wave button? Oh. A little wave. Hope you're doing fantastic on this wonderful Sunday. Like I said, we're working on my Evil Castle build that we're going to be putting on SlackVille, because today is the last day of our SlackVille stream weekend. And one of the things I got to decide is the color, right? I've got the shape that I want, roughly. But color is always something I struggle with, you know? And I was sort of thinking that we could make it feel like the stone is eating into the mangrove wood here. And I think mangrove is a nice, evil-looking color. It's red, right? You know? And we could do something like that, right? Or we can make a more official pattern, you know? Something a little less chaotic. I'm not quite sure what to go with here. Blending colors together has never been my forte. That's sort of why I want to do it, you know? You can't be good at something unless you try, you know? You'll never know if you don't try. And sometimes that means it takes practice, you know? You might do it wrong the first time, or the millionth time. But after enough time, you might spend all of that energy to actually make something you like. And the beautiful thing about a Minecraft is we can undo anything we do. Especially since we're in creative, you know? Nothing is permanent. You know, I think Bob Ross is the one that said that there are no mistakes, there are only happy accidents. Well, thankfully, all of our happy accidents can be undone. Unlike painting or working on a real sculpture, we're in the virtual space. And we are the masters of this space. So my goal for up here, in this flattish space, you know, I might, like I said, I might play with the colors here. We might choose some different blocks. And if you guys in chat have suggestions, I am down. The last couple streams we've had, you guys have been giving the best suggestions imaginable, you know? Like, for example, one of the things we're putting up there, and you can see it over there, is an organ. Someone mentioned that an evil piano might look really well here. And maybe they mentioned it as a joke, but sometimes jokes can end up imparting great wisdom. You know? And the great wisdom here is evil piano. And what's an evil piano? Well, of course, it's an organ, you know? That's the instrument Dracula plays when someone enters his castle. So, I was looking at different organ designs in Minecraft. And now that we have a platform for it to sit on, we can grab it from this world. Yeah, that's my next step with the organ. I want to make it make noise. I think that'd be really cool. But this is my other testing world. And I was testing different designs. And on the last stream, we're really going over the different designs I had, because I spent some time off stream working on them. Just placing blocks and seeing what we can come up with, you know. I wanted something spiky, something evil looking. I mean, spikes are evil, right? Everyone knows spikes are evil. So adding more spikes obviously makes it more evil, you know? Or like adding weird colors to it. But none of these designs really spoke to me in the same way the simple one did, until I was like, well, again, we have 3 dimensions. This is only 3 blocks deep. What if we pulled these, which are the in an organ, they have pipes that make the noise. What if we pulled the pipes backwards, right? And gave it more 3-dimensionality, you know? Again, we have 3 dimensions to play with. It doesn't need to be flat. So I came up with this design, which I think is our final design, where we have these pipes in a V shape, if we look from above, right? Sort of squiggling backward around it. And that means that we could play with more blocks. Here, we had to play with the alternating walls and fences. And that also meant that we had to use nether brick, because it's the only block that has fences and walls. we had to play with alternate ones so they don't connect. Because otherwise, if you put them next to each other, they just connect like that. Or, you know, two fences together will connect like that. So you had to do something, a little trickery to get it. This isn't a bad design. I actually really like this. It's great if you have very limited space, right? You want an organ, but you don't have a million blocks to fit it in. This, on contrast, this is like 5 blocks deep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's actually 6 blocks deep. And then, you know, a bajillion blocks tall. And then it also goes below the floor here, right? Because some wonderful commentator, a viewer like you, gave me the idea to fit a dragon head. I'm tempted to delete the block and show you, but I don't want to do that. They convinced me to put in some dragon heads here for more keys for our keyboard. And it looks something like this, where we have a piston that pushes in from the top, not from the side. Top pushes a block into the head of an armor stand that's wearing our dragon head, right? And with that, we can, give it a block, or we can give ourselves some keyboard buttons, right? We're adding, again, another dimension to our build. Blocks in Minecraft are very flat. I mean, look at that. Look how flat that is. But now we have something poking up from the block, again, adding more. And of course, organs also have feet pedals. They're, well, I mean, a regular piano can have feet pedals too, but they tend to have some crazy feet pedals as well. So I added this nice, like, metal-y block. This is the smithing table, or the top of it anyway. And then with another armor stand there, we got some feet pedals to play with. Yeah, I would love it if, this is the loom, by the way. This is the block you use to make banners and stuff. I would love it if there was a stair version of this block. I mean, that's a lot to ask for, but it would be nice because we could have more stuff up there. But I think for now, this is an excellent design. We've got the pipes. They're symmetric, right? Increasing in size up to the center. They're spiky in the way we want. We use some evil colors like crimson and meatloaf. And then, of course, to top off the evil, we've got candles. You know, everyone knows candles all over the floor means evil. That's just how it works. Look at the latest Elden Ring DLC boss. You know, Mesmer the Impaler. Couldn't be more evil sounding if he wanted. And his boss room is filled with candles all over the floor. Evil, 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 right? It just works. So what I'm going to do, we're going to do something real fancy here. We're going to grab this, and we're going to put it in that other build that I was working on. If there's an evil crypt, maybe we'll put a crypt. I do want to build in, I saw Snowy's playing with the redeems a little bit. I'm going to be putting in some ice houses at the base of the castle, right? Every castle's got to have a village around it. We're going to have them at the base of our, like, ice tree that's holding our castle up. Let's grab this other program, if I can grab it. You know, I got so many things. This here. We're going to have to close the game. The screen's going to be black, but trust me, I'm still here somewhere. And then if we grab Amulet, we should be able to play with it a little bit. Okay, what other messages did I miss? Are you going to make a crypt? You know, a crypt might be fun, right? I have a crypt in one of my other builds, in my palace build. Crypts can be fun because they give it that next level evil, right? The problem is it's floating, so it's hard to fit a basement, you know? But I do have an attic. What if we turn it upside down and we put coffins in the attic? I mean, it is sort of like a vampire castle, right? We could do something like that. I kind of like that idea. See, you guys come up with great ideas. Enhancing the build is the whole point. We're playing a beautiful game. A game of infinite possibilities. So why not try it? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Like I said, we can always undo anything. And that encourages us to try and keep adding more amazing things until we get something we like, you know? So we're going to grab, this is Amulet, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned it, but this is an external program. It's not Minecraft related, but it's a program I've been using for a long, long time to do, like, crazy edits to my Minecraft worlds. Other comments are we missing? Sometimes I talk without reading. A disc player. I was thinking that a disc player would be nice, and that's we call that an it's not the note block, it's the other one, the one that requires a diamond to make it, the jukebox. I was thinking a jukebox might be the easiest thing to do, which is attach a jukebox under it. I mean, we have the space for it underneath of it anyway, right? So something like Other Side might be fun. It wouldn't be very organ sounding, but that might work. Or we could do like a note block setup where it plays an organ song with the note blocks, right? I think Toccata and Fugue was the recommendation. If you've ever heard an organ piece in a movie, it's usually Toccata and Fugue by Bach. I know it has a really fancy sounding name, but it's the most common piece of organ music ever. Any movie who has an organ, they usually play the very beginning of it. So it might be fun to do something like that where we have note blocks to play it. And that wouldn't be too hard to do anyway. So we're going to grab this, and this is why this program's really nice. I could use a command block, or structure block, sorry, and grab it that way. But I think this is more fun because I get to show off a cool program. So I grab it from that world, the testing world, and then I place it into the copy, the creative copy of the SlackVille world. It's just the seed. So then it matches like the terrain and stuff. And then there is the area we were just working on, right? That's the organ that we had before, the original. Now we have this one. And you can see, yes, it's significantly bigger. Significantly bigger, right? It's so big that it's actually going into the wall now, right? It's actually sticking out the backside. So what I'm going to do is we're going to bring it in forward a little bit until it fits. Then I got to change the wall too. So maybe, so the one problem I have is that this wall is actually a block in right now. You can see here that it could go out a block further to match this. And we might do that real quick. Got a raid? A raid? What's up, raiders? What's going on? So what was I saying? I might just grab the wall and move it out so we can fit the organ a little better, because the organ's so big it's actually taking up a lot of space. So what I'm going to do is delete the wall, right? And this is one of the benefits of using this program rather than like a structure block or commands, is I could grab that whole wall and you could see, goodness, you maybe can't see because it's freaking out, but what is going on? What is happening? The whole program is very twitchy right now for some reason. It might be because I'm streaming. But maybe you can see it better from here. Yeah, the wall is gone. I took it. It's in my hand now. So I can grab the wall and move it like that, right? And I need to make sure it lines up with the space it was in before. What is happening? Zero Crew with a subscribe. What's up, bud? I gotta read the message. You guys are distracting me. I'm trying to build. What is happening? Loud noises. Lots of loud noises. 50. Really? And you still have your founder's badge too, don't you? Welcome in, Daz. What are you up to today on your stream? Can we get a shout out for Daz from one of my moderators, please? How are you doing, Zero? Haven't seen you since last month. What's up? How are the dogs doing? How's work? But all I did with that wall is I just moved the block forward. So now we have just a little bit more space to place our organ. And that's what we're going to do again. I'm going to go to this world, grab it, place it. And we've got to make sure it's not sticking through the wall. And I also want to line it up in the center, right? Right? Yeah, there we go. And I might also want to decorate it. The back wall that it's leaning against. Something like that works. That's like, what, 4 blocks from the window. We'll probably move it over one this way, like that. 3 blocks from the window. 3 blocks from there. That's about as centered as it's probably going to get. Yeah. Did we confirm it? Well, actually, I placed it 1 block to the hole. Hold on. Did we confirm it? And then I need to delete that candle that's right there. Now we have our organ there. It did mess up a little bit because the old organ is still there. But that's why I use this program. I can sort of do surgery on my world a little bit. We are in creative on this world, so, right? Use any tool at our disposal to really play with the design. And then we can also replace the floor with the mangrove to match the floor. I might have messed up the glass when I moved the wall, but we can fix that. We could fill it with the mangrove slabs. Yeah. And now our floor is complete. And let's also delete that. There we go. And then we can save the world. Workers good. Got a $10 an hour raise and moved to the office. So you're not traveling around anymore? That's good news. Okay, I'll give a shout out to Daz. I don't know if it happened, but I'm going to do it myself. Daz. Daz, like I said, feel free to tell me what you're up to today. Were you playing some Minecraft like I am? Or were you getting up to something else? There we go. Thank you for the raid. Yes, and I messed up the wall here. You can see there's a hole there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the other side since it's mirrored and just grab this corner and fix it like that. One of the nice things about having a symmetrical build is you could, if you mess up one bit, you could just copy it from the other side. If we paste this here, and then I need to flip it like this. And that's the other useful bit about this. I could flip these things around. I could rotate them. I could actually make it bigger too. And maybe I'll show you that in a second. This is an amazing tool for any creative builder. It's just I have no sense of direction. So when I'm actually trying to move it, you know, it's not easy. We were playing Minecraft. Nice. What are you getting up to? I don't think I copied the right section. I need to go back. Or, you know, what I could do, instead of trying to grab the mirrored portion of it, I could grab an older version of that world. That's why I have 60 versions of this world, like this. And then I could grab the actual same window before I messed it up and place that in. FCAT, what does FCAT mean? I haven't gone camping in such a long time. When I was really little, my family and we would go camping all the time. We have this one campground near where we live. It's pretty nice. But the last time we went, it flooded really, really bad and ruined all of our camping supplies. And we never bought any new ones. Maybe it's worth it to go back, you know? Be one with nature and all that. But anyway, I could grab that window from an older version and paste it in place. I do need to make sure it's not flipped. Yeah. I know it should match. If I move it down. Should match like that, right? Yep, now the window's fixed. It doesn't have a weird hole in it anywhere. I mean, it does have a hole because I'm going to have snow coming in through it. That's the other thing. I want this castle to feel run down. So there's going to be an organ here, snow on the floor, a beautiful dining room table maybe on this side. Right, we have the organ on the left, dining room table on the right here, in this space, something like that. And then we'll mirror or do something similar over here. Maybe not perfectly mirror, because we might be able to fill here with a different type of table or something like that. I mean, we got a whole separate space. It doesn't need to be the same. We could also rotate the organ and put it here along the window. I think that could be kind of cool. We just got to play with the space a little bit. Like I said, we can change it up as much as we want. So we don't like how it's filled in now. You change it later. Okay, enough of that program. I did what I wanted there. No. Unfortunately, I do need to close Minecraft when I run that program. I would, if you ever use an external editing program, never, ever, ever have them both open at the same time. It'll corrupt your worlds. It'll be quite nasty like that. Iced for 200,000? No, 20,000. I can't read numbers. Okay, so now we should be able to jump in this world and see how it's going. If anyone else would like to join the heist, they can. I might join the heist with, no, wait. See how much cheese I have. I do have a lot of cheese. Let's bet 800,000. Or maybe 1 million. Let's go 1 million, right? Got the cheese. If anyone else would like to go on the cheese heist, feel free. Okay. And there we go. See, the window is now not all strange looking. And the wall is back a little bit. One of the other things I can use that amulet program for is to change the color of blocks. So for example, if we go over here, we just hang out on this spot right here. You can see that that wall, which is, you know, functionally symmetric to that wall, is a different color. And that's because that is stripped spruce, you know? It's a light brown. Where this one's a darker brown, because it's just regular dark oak blocks, dark oak logs. So it's one of my decisions I'm going to have to make is what color I want these to be. Do I want it darker, this dark brown, or do I want it just light brown to contrast with everything else, you know? Maybe this is a question for those of you who are better at color matching than I am, because sometimes I don't like the contrast between colors, and other times I do, and maybe it's just because I don't have the way to articulate the reason. I don't have the mental frame to articulate why. So, and fan with a heist at 2,000. Look at that. Oh! We got so many people joining. I missed it. And fan. Bird with 50,000. Dad says, I got too little cheese. No, you got enough. You both went in with 2,000? Let's see. The cheese crew arrives in a mirror universe where the world is raided by Captain Cheesebeard. Not the fiendish Captain Cheesebeard. Several were lost, but a few make it back with a cheesy bounty. The mirror is recycled for a cheesy redemption later. Let's see who made it out. Oh, I died. I died. Was I the only one that lost points? Okay, so and Fan made 5,000. Snowy made 50,000. Bird made 125,000, and then Shad made it out with 5,000. Yeah, I got killed by Captain Cheesebeard. And by the way, if you want to know what he looks like, it's this. This is Captain Cheesebeard, a fiendish foe. I mean, look at those claws. He's like the J.V. Jones of cheese. You know, he's got 2 peg legs. That's how you know he's evil. Because he's got claws. For hands, you know? Like Davy Jones. But anyway, we have our organ in here. And you can see... Maybe I didn't size the organ correctly. And one of the things we can do is we could play with the size of it a little bit for the space we have. So... Originally, I was thinking of having it along this wall here. I need to fix this bit here. Just because we have this blank wall here, right? And nothing against it. But we could also, you know, put it against the window. The window, it might be a better centerpiece for it, yeah? Because when you walk in the room, you're going to be looking at the window. Sorry for the voice crack there. Excuse me, I need to do something real quick. And we'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. I heard some noises in the other room, and I thought there was trouble. There was not. Everything's good. Let's see. I missed some messages. Let's catch up on what's going on. So I think I had what an FCAT was explained by Zero. FCAT is the third attainable title in FastCat. CAT is coursing ability test trial. The fastest variant is 100-yard dash. So is that like for a show dog? Like, are your dogs professional show dogs? Sorry for making the distracting noises. No, thankfully it was not you. Everything's good. But I do want to change this up. So one of the other, like I said, like my weakness as a builder is transitions between materials. It's just something I struggle with. So we have this beautiful brown facade for our wooden outcropping here, which I think looks gorgeous. I've really been working on this. I love the way this looks. It's evil in every sense of the word. But it needs to blend in with the wall, right, of the castle itself, which is this deep slate brick. So coming up with a way to, like, combine these together has sort of been not easy for me, for some reason. You know? I might want the brown to overwrite the gray. And by that I mean I want the brown to stand out, right? So instead of the stone wall going into the brown wall, we have the brown wall going into the stone wall. I don't know how else to explain it, but I might go for this block. I still haven't decided what color the wall is going to be yet. This is best oak bark. It's dark oak bark block. It's that 6-sided log block. I'm just using it in creative because it's the easiest one to place. As you can see, I'm placing and deleting lots and lots of blocks. It all won't be bark block when it's done. But for now, it gives me a really good impression of the color, yeah? And I do like it because it's like this muted brown color. But I don't know if that's the actual color we want for the wall, yeah? Because we do have this over here, which is stripped spruce wood, which is the 6-sided version of the stripped log. Again, it's just because I can place it easily. They won't all be this block because that's really expensive in comparison to regular logs. Because you need, like, I don't know, it's a 6-to-4 conversion for these. But I use that over here just because I want to play with the color a little bit. You know, the color of the castle is gray, right? Very dull. And the only pop of color we have right now is our meatloaf, which is the red nether brick. And I was thinking, since brown is the other accent color, it might be good to go with a lighter brown, right? With the spruce. It's like a brownish, whitish green. I don't know if that's what we want for the whole wall. Hydrate, that's a good idea, thank you. Brown terracotta, just because it's challenging. You guys love it when I use expensive things. You guys get so excited when I make my build expensive, okay? I've already made it expensive enough. All of that ice is blue. But I've already used, block of netherites there. So, we could use terracotta. Not entirely opposed to it. But I was thinking wood because I wanted to feel organic. But terracotta does have more colors. Hello, Sam. How's it doing? Look, you got a hello from Sköll. That's a high honor. He doesn't say hello a lot. Did I hear a noise? I did. It was a follow from Daz. I turned my headset down. I was like, I vaguely hear the follow noise. And it's every time I take off my headset, my dials for my headset are on the back of my head, so I take it off. And then I accidentally play the dials. I turn it all down. But welcome to everyone's family, Daz. Welcome, welcome. You said you were playing Minecraft earlier. What were you doing? Just hanging out, having some fun? Or are you getting up into anything particularly adventurous? The whole build looks gorgeous. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. The dark is speaking to me, you know? Dark and evil, right? And that's dark and evil. I mean, it's literally called Dark Oak. And it is the best oak, right? My texture pack proves it right there. See that? Best oak. So, I'm thinking Dark Oak. You know? Thinking Dark Oak. But I think Aaron Glow said that they had lots of spruce. So I was like, we could go spruce because I would be able to get some of that, you know? But then again, Dark Oak, right? It's quite the conundrum. Need more lava. I think you're right. I've been playing with the design on the front here with the lava and not lava. And I think I like the lava better. So I'm definitely going to be putting more lava there. And then I might be able to fit lava over here in the corner. We've got this nice flat wall here. It's not got a lot going on. So as long as I encapsulate it with something, I can put lava there. If you have a regular world, I wouldn't advise using lava like this because it will just burn everything. But we don't have fire tick on, I think, on the SMP. I may have to just double check that with T-Man, but I don't think it's on. So I should be able to put lava near wood without worrying about the whole thing turning into a nice pile of ash. We are in the snow biome, so it's not like rain would save me if this lit on fire. But yeah, I'm thinking the dark, you know? The dark is speaking to me. I don't know. It matches better with the ceiling, right? Or the roof. I always mess up ceiling and roof. Roofs are outside, right? The roof is the outside bit of a ceiling. Ceiling's on the inside. But the roof is dark oak, through and through. I'm actually really happy with the curves. I've been playing with these a bunch, you know? It's rounded spiky. Exactly what I wanted. And that, I think, would match better with this. I mean, no. Opposite. I think this would match... This matches better with this. I mean, they're both the same wood, so... It makes sense. The dark oak log gives it a more authentic experience. You know? I think you're right, Sparkle. I think you're right. I also like the texture of the log, right? It's like got that gritty log texture, you know? Where, if we look at this block, it's sort of plain, you know? Very, very plain. All the stripped woods are plain like that. They don't have the nice rough texture of the bark. So maybe I'm also needed to think about the texture. Not just the color, but the physical texture of the block, yeah? There we go. And now we have our full wall in place. And then I can focus on merging the stone into it on the outside, right? Deep Slate makes such a funny noise. I might just do something like this. What I need is a command block to teleport me. So I can get way over there immediately. It's one of the nice things about being creative is that you can do stuff like that. Something like that might work. Oop. Still look janky, but I got rid of this. And instead we did this. Yeah. And then wood there. And then more wood. Here. Streamlabs, you're taking up the whole chat. What are you doing? I'm trying to read messages from the viewers. A mob farm. Nice. Mob farms are lots of fun, you know? Think of all the cool stuff you could farm. take a look at it from the inside. Oh, yep. That's one of the problems with placing logs, is they're directional. So you sort of gotta fiddle with it a little bit to place them in the right space. And I have been thinking about putting an extra level up here. We got so much. This room is huge, right? It's a gargantuan. Maybe even gargantuan isn't the right word for it, you know? The room is, well, I could just figure it out right now. This is Y120. By the way, this is Y128, and that's the floor. This building is really high in the sky as well. And then all the way up here is Y64. So that's like 40 blocks at least. 38, I think, right? Something like that. So that is a really tall room. And because it's so tall, I think we could fit another floor. And if I make a really big upper floor, we could put the organ up there, you know? Sort of like a cathedral. It's sort of a blend of a cathedral and a castle, right? That's the vibe I'm going with. For the castle. So, organs definitely don't fit out of place with the block palette we got going on, you know? Especially since it just so happens, speaking of block palettes, that the nether brick, which is what it's made of, is the only variant of a block, and you can look at it if you really want to and search for it yourself. But it's the only variant that has walls and fences in the same color. Even red nether brick, which is the primary block I've been using for a majority of our accents, does not have a fence block. It only has a wall block. If you want both in one color, you got to go nether brick. You know, it's a really good coincidence because it, like I said, it matches the palette of the rest of the build. You know, dark evil, stuff like that. And then mixing that with, I think someone gave me the idea to use crimson wood. This works out lovely. But something like this might work where we give these upper platforms a go. I might play with the fence we're going to use. I could use one of the nether brick fences as well. Or we could go, you know, Star Wars, where apparently they don't have OSHA at all. And don't have any barriers to falling off. Like I said, we can really play with this room. One of the things I definitely want is a chandelier in the middle. I think a chandelier would look gorgeous in this space. And I want a table over here. A nice evil dining room table. I'm definitely going to change the color of these as well. But in the interest of placing it fast, we'll just use regular dark oak blocks. But this will be a very similar color to the other wall on that side, right? And then there will be another room in here. And since this is a dining room, I was thinking of making a little itty-bitty evil kitchen, you know? Where they cook Eye of Newt or something. So now we have this space better framed in, and we can figure out what we want to put here. Like I said, a table, I think, would work really well. And I've done a lot of table designs in the past. So what we could do is look at... Let's look at one of my other builds, this one. To see what I've done for a table before. And chandelier, since we're going to put one in. It might be a good start just to grab the chandelier, you know, using the amulet again, and place it in that space. This room, let's see how tall this room is. This room is 75 to 99. So this is about 20 blocks tall. And more like 24, right? So you can see that fits in here really nicely because, you know, the room's 24 blocks tall. The other room, the one we're working on in the other castle, is twice as big. So I think we could get away with maybe a twice as big chandelier, you know? And with a twice as big chandelier, we could definitely go more spiky, right? This is vaguely spiky in the down direction, but I think we could go real spiky, you know? Something super dangerous looking. Like if it fell on you, it would kill everyone in the room. I mean, that would probably kill everyone in the room if it fell on you too, but, you know, I want to make it look particularly dangerous. And of course, I have done tables. These are very simple tables. So maybe in the other room, it's a better look at a table here, right? And here I use dark oak. This is long before mangrove or anything like that was an option. So dark oak was pretty much it for like a really expensive looking table. And I just used stairs as the feet, right? And I used top slabs for the top of the table so that you could put things on the table, right? The candles and stuff. We could do something similar here. Might be worth... It might be worth it to go to SlackVille Forever and look. And Fan and Sparkle are going to bed. Take care. Sleep well. But this is SlackVille Forever. You're already in your bed. Nice. I'm hoping my horse is over here. It is! Lampshade, the most noble of steeds. You know, you? Oop, no, no, no. Beige skin! Which skin would you like? Is it furry fearless? Because I have a feeling that's what you're going to pick. I need to go back. I need to go behind my house. But there's another table design that we can look at, you know, for some inspiration from the wonderful Marble Jade. And for that, we need to go on a very magical trip. Sort of like Frankfurt did earlier in our amazing word game story time thing. We're going to go on an adventure to find this build. Furry Fearless! He's back. There we go. Got a little tail. You can't really see it because my cape and stuff, but trust me, I have a tail. And claws, you know. Does extra melee damage, or at least it should, you know. Okay? Like, Captain Cheesebeard has claw hands. I think he should be able to do claw damage, honestly, you know. And some of the prosthetic arms, I think they should be able to till soil, you know? We should really embrace the cyberpunk Minecraft aesthetic that we've all been waiting for. Cursed as ever. Yeah, I don't think its cursedness has ever gone down. Cute. Yes, all the skins are very cute. This was actually made by Sköll. He gave this to me, so... It is a bit of a journey to get over here, but that's just the nature of such a big world. It's, you know, so old. But we should be able to see it soon. Peeking around the corner. She was in the ad. No ad. There it is. Hogwarts. Told you it was a magical journey, guys. We've gone all the way to Hogwarts. Over here. And this is like a build that I show off fairly frequently if you watch my channel. But the reason I like it is because it's a castle, and I like building castles. So it really fits the aesthetics of what I want. And if we travel up here from the dock, you know, up this precocious staircase, and over here we can find a place to put my horse. That's also why it works out, because there's just a place to put my horse, you know. And if we skedaddle on over here... we could find this room. So this is the Great Hall at Hogwarts. If you've ever seen the Harry Potter movies or read the books, you probably know what happens here. You know, they all sit and eat lunch or whatever and get the points and stuff. What I'm looking at is the tables, right? It's a very long journey just looking at a table. But you can see that the floor here is actually a slab. So, got stair, and those are both full blocks. Well, I mean, you know, they go up to a block. Then here is a slab. So this is a bottom slab floor. You can see it even better here with that chiseled sandstone block with the walls sitting on top. This is a bottom slab. And that means that everything is a slab taller. So the tables are actually a little bit taller than they might otherwise be. And that's something we might be able to incorporate into our design. And I have been thinking about that. It would mess up the organ a little bit, because the organ would be down a half block. But I think we might be able to get away with it, you know? To really play with it a little bit. Because I think these tables are a little bit more imposing because they're a half block taller, you know? And of course, they have the benches and stuff. The benches are probably the hardest part for a table like we're going to build. Because we're not going to be building this kind of table. Even if we went with this, you know, lower slab design. We'd be putting in chairs rather than a bench. And because this is a, you know, bottom slab here and that's a top slab, there's not really a lot of space to put in stairs. As you can see, that actually is a stair right there. And it sort of goes into the ground in a sort of awkward fashion. So if we wanted to make chairs, we might have to play with the design a little bit, you know? Use a slab and then maybe put in trapdoors, right? So it would be like a slab here and then a trapdoor going up a block. Not impossible, but they would be different than the normal stairs I designed. Normal chairs, sorry. And I do have like a video on chairs on my channel. So using these, we might be able to do something interesting with the design. You know, the table's a little bit higher, but it still supports, you know, placing things on top, like the carpets or the pressure plates, the item frames, and then, of course, cups. Yeah. Another thing that is in this room that I wanted to look at a little bit is the floating candles. Jade went over here and was placing candles in to replace what was originally there, which were end rods, to help give this space that, well, Hogwarts feel, you know, with the floating candles and stuff. And it may be magical, but it also could be evil if we change them to red and black candles. No, that's something else that I want to incorporate into the design, you know? There's a lot of inspiration here to be had. So let's commit it to memory, because I'm leaving here. And we could take our horse back. I don't want to leave my horse here, because I will forget it's here. Or I don't want something bad to happen to it here. As long as it's in my base and something bad happens, you know, and that's not too bad, because I can only blame myself. But if something bad happens here, you know, I might not even know, because I'll forget the horse is there. So let's mosey on back. We haven't even done 2 hours yet. Wow. Hope all of you are having a wonderful stream weekend so far for SlackVille. If some of you folks out there are new to SlackVille, either with my stream or one of the streams earlier today, hope you're enjoying the shenanigans so far. I said it at the very beginning of the stream, but you know, that was an hour and a half ago. And in internet terms, that's practically yesterday. Or millennia ago, maybe. But, you know, this world, the SlackVille Forever, is the world I started on. When I started taking my streaming journey seriously, you know? I'd played on other worlds, of course. And there were other journeys along the way. Like, I played on a server called BerryCraft, which I loved, you know? But it was really here where I found my voice as a streamer, you know? Where I developed my own personality as a streamer, you know? Where it got serious, you know? Nice and serial. So I'm in it for the long haul with the SlackVille. And I hope you guys who are coming along with this sweet little journey of ours can enjoy the fun we have along the way. And find the same fun here as I've had. Even if you're just watching and hanging out. Or lurking in the background. Oh, you know what? I do have some good news. So, this week, I'm going to be getting out the next episode of SlackVille. I was hoping to have it complete for today, but With how busy I've been this weekend, it just wasn't going to pan out. But SlackVille episode 2 is coming up soon, guys. Big hype. And along with it comes other tutorials. Been playing with a bunch of redstone stuff. And new methods of actually doing tutorials, you know? It may not show up in the very next tutorial, but I've got some really intriguing ways of doing tutorials that I think are going to enhance the process, you know? Gonna take them to the next level. Okay, horse is away. It is ant time. You should log off in here, you know? This used to be a fox repository. There was foxes in here. They aren't doing so good these days, because mostly they died. They did not make it. We'll wait for the end to expire. Actually, let me get some water quick. Acquired. Add over. We're ready to log out of this world in this middle of this cave. You know, normal stuff. So with that inspiration in mind, we could at least play with the idea of what level our floor is going to be here. You know? So we could do, I think Crimson is the way to go here. We could do a simple table, sort of like this. Right? Sort of inspired a little bit by the Jade table. But this is a bottom slab here. So we can't actually place anything on top of it. But, you know, it's an idea. Or we could do like the table I had in my world. Or it's only a full block tall. So the table is actually not that impressive. You know? Like that. Oh. I don't like that. I just don't like that table. So what we could do, and this will change either where we place the organ or how we treat the organ. And this might work out for our favor, you know? Let's, for a moment here, say we're going to move the organ and place it in the center there. Along the window. Right? Then, because right now it's set up to be sitting on a full block, we could lift up the floor to meet it there, you know? So the floor right there remains as it is. Just with the organ sitting on it. But here, we remain at this level. Right? So the table is actually on a different level, a different slab level, than the organ, you know? The floor sort of rises up to meet the organ in the center, and then we have maybe a table on either side, or something like that. Or we can move this up higher. You know? There is a wealth of possibilities here. We are only limited by our imagination. If we did want to move it up, we could put it up here on this level. I don't know if I want to do that, right? Because you won't really be able to see the organ. Placing slabs is so annoying on Bedrock. This weird... I want to be down here with the slabs is... never easy, right? When you place them, they want to become a bottom slab. When you place a top slab like that, because I think this is a unique mechanic to Bedrock, where you just click and then pull it forward like that. It's how we could do, like, I'm never a bit good at it, but you can do, like, placing blocks forward or running. Like that. Instead of having to sneak and place a block like this, we could just place blocks like that on Bedrock. And with that comes, like, the ability to do this, right? But because slabs don't like to behave when you do that, it doesn't really work. For example, we could do that with full blocks. And even if I get away from it, right, it'll still continue to do it. It's really interesting. It's a nice mechanic. I think one of the best ones that separates Bedrock from Java. But it doesn't work with slabs. It just doesn't. So, no, he's going in for another heist. This plan from up here is it sort of obstructs the view of the window. And I don't want it to do that too much, right? I think a little bit will work, but I don't want it to obstruct it too much. And I still don't know if I want this against the window, right? I think it might work against the window, but... I don't know. I think the window is the best place for it, right? I can actually make it taller if I really wanted to against the window, because there's just so much space. So much space here because it's a flat wall, right? That goes up like 60 blocks. So placing it there might work, and you'd actually be able to see it from the outside as well. And I don't think it'll connect to the panes as long as I place it in the right spot. Right, most things do connect to the panes, but walls? Oh, they do. Fences? No, fences don't. But I'm gonna have to make it like a block away from the window then. 1 hour, 50 minutes. Yeah, we got an extra hour stream today. We're actually going 3 whole hours for stream day. Uh-oh! Snowy didn't make it out for the heist. I'm sorry, Snowy. How much did you lose? 40,000. We went on our side, but all we get is a whisper and communications to the other side are cut. We never hear from Snowy again. Say it ain't snow! Get it? Because you're Snowy? Say it ain't snow? I'm feeling punny today, guys. I don't know what to say. We're trying for that mushroom again. Feeling some very strong indecision here. I think it's right to move the organ over there. So when I build stuff, right? When I build stuff, I almost laughed when I looked at my skin because I forgot I was furry fearless. Thanks, Sköll. When I build stuff, I often try to think of what is best for the build, right? Not necessarily what I just want, right? I mean, I am building what I want, but I'm not just building what I want. I'm building what's best for the build. What works the best, right? And when things line up, when many things work together to do something interesting for a build, like, for example, I want to do this organ because I think the organ will look cool, but it doesn't fit here, right? And the table doesn't fit here. Well, if I rotate it, put it there, then it does fit. It becomes more of a centerpiece, right? And I can change the level of the floor to accommodate the table that I want, right? It's sort of like a win-win-win, you know, of design. And that's sort of, I think, the best way to approach a design is if multiple elements sort of line up to make it feel as if this is the way it should be. I think the only smart choice is to not go against the flow and flow as it should be. Oh, with all that philosophizing out of the way, let's actually pull up. And again, sorry for the black screen. We're going to pull up. We're going to get it to work. Amulet. There we go. Do. I believe this is area math. Or maybe not. This is one of my favorite Minecraft songs, though. It's one of the creative music songs. I grew up playing Minecraft in creative mode. You know, survival is definitely where it's at when it comes to doing any impressive feat in the game. But I feel like creative mode is where, well, creativity flies and flourishes. It's where all my best ideas have been born. And honestly, it's where I've had the most fun in the game. Is designing things that I enjoy, you know? So we're going to grab that, and then, well, I might have to delete it like that. Yeah. And then we're going to paste it over here, and then using Amulet, I can rotate it. Actually, let's get it up first. Might be a little bit rough to see on stream. It's a bit twitchy. Oh, it's a third-party program, so it's not always going to work out as it's not going to always work out the way we want it. But if I rotate it like that, jeez, who played that? Put over like that. Got to figure out if that's lined up in the center. The center is roughly what? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's here. This is the center right here. So it does look like the center of the organ is lined up with the center of the window. Aaron, you're playing your walk-on. Have you been relieved of duty? You ready for your part in the stream weekend? Then now I've rotated the organ, right? And what I can do immediately is just modify the floor a little bit. We're lowering the floor on either side of the organ. I can worry about the exact shape later, but this is just saves me from placing those slabs. Like I said, slabs are kind of annoying. I think they're the most annoying block to place in large quantities. At least, maybe there probably is more annoying blocks. Maybe I'll take that back. But in particular, because I want to move it that way. What's going on? Come on. There we go. Because slabs are like one of the most fundamental blocks in the game. Almost every single variant of any major block has a slab version. It just means that more often than not, you're going to be placing slabs. And because oftentimes, like what I'm doing now, I'm placing so many of them in one space, they just become tedious. Just a note, decompressing and inhaling ice cream. Well, what kind of flavor ice cream? You can't just tell us you're eating ice cream and not tell the flavor. Go. Now, I actually like this a lot. You know, I was hesitant a little bit, but I think this can work. I think we've got something here. Now we have the organ as the centerpiece. I don't remember who recommended the organ, the other stream. But whoever you are a mad genius. Well, I mean, I think they said piano, but you know, like I said, organs are just evil pianos. I think we have a winner for the centerpiece of this space. Maybe it wants. Yeah. Then we're also going to place a... No, not armor. Smithing table? Yeah. I always think armor table, but it's not an armor table. There. And then I'll also put the buttons in. We don't need to do that right now, but we'll know they're there. I mean, look at that. You might want to change the shape of the broken window. We do want to keep the broken window. I think it's cool, but moving it up a little bit means that it won't be in the way of the organ as much. Look at that, guys. If you guys weren't here, this would be a monumental achievement, but you're spoiling the look. Instead of these candles here, that was just for ambiance when I was testing the organ design. We could definitely play with the organ, the candles in different spaces. Like something over here or something like that, you know? We got all this space back here. We could even do something... like that. Or just keep it up, you know? Yeah, maybe? Really play with the shape. Make it feel like it you know, it blends into the wall a little better. Because I was thinking it might be nice to put something behind it to frame the organ. You know? Make it feel like it belongs in the space and it was intended to be there from the beginning. I sort of call it like holistic design. When you're designing something, you want it to feel like it belongs. Not like it was an afterthought or something inserted into the space. I mean, you can break that rule. You have like some weird infection going on. Like I've seen some really cool builds that involve like nether terrain infecting the overworld. Those kinds of things, they feel like they don't belong on purpose. But for most builds, you want it to feel holistic, that every part of it belongs in the space. You know? You could do that by designing the different rooms of a big building so they all feel, again, like they belong in the same big building. They have the same aesthetic design choices. Even if they're different colors, even if the room is slightly different and has a different purpose, it should feel like it belongs with the rest, right? And it's something that I firmly believe in when I'm building anything, is that it should feel like it belongs, you know? Especially with a mega build, where you can often start building and modifying it to the point where it's sort of indistinguishable from what it was before, or any other part of it. Sometimes going in and making sure that the different parts of it feel like they belong in the space by integrating them into the space can be a lot. For example, with this organ, by modifying the floor a little bit, we can sort of make it feel like it is an important centerpiece of the space. That the space itself was made for the organ, you know? And up the mirror on each side. Yeah, you know? Or turn off the mob spawning because the zombies are annoying me. Again, we're in creative, so we can get rid of them. In survival, we're definitely going to have to figure out some lighting solutions or other options. But for now, turning off mob spawning, flying away so they despawn. They work perfectly fine. There we go. We're mobless. Now we do have some space on either side of the organ for some seating. And now, because we're a slab above the floor, I think we could play this a little bit better. And go with some jade designs, you know? Like that. Comes in. And this is the great challenge of interior decorating. It's finding enough space on the inside for what you want. So right now, we're really pushing against that wall. And of course, that wall is the outside, so don't have a lot of room there. But I could make the space open up by pushing the walls of this out a little bit more, you know? Like I could push that wall out a block and that out a block. And then we have more space in here if I really need to, right? Interior decorating is really difficult because of that. And that's why I do all of my builds in creative first. Because in creative mode, it's a lot easier to push and pull your space to really fit than it is, you know, if you're doing it in survival. 3 hour, yep. We got more time. Like that better. There we go. I could move that table over to the right a little bit, but we need room for the chairs. You can see now that the table is actually taller than it would be otherwise, because the floor is a slab lower. So we could do a lot more of this space, and the table feels more imposing, you know? You definitely figure out other things. Like I said, we could do candles over here. Like, you know, we've been really harping on the candles, so maybe this is evil candle space, right? Take your time of shoving food in my face hole. What are we eating? I mean, I think you said ice cream, but I don't know if you told me the flavor. My chair is sinking. That's what you get after having a office chair for a really long time. Eventually, it just doesn't stay anymore. I feel like this table needs to be moved. Maybe in a block, over a block. And then I need to reposition this carpet as well. That's something I forgot to do. So let's grab emulate a little bit. Now we can move the carpet. I mean, I could do it in creative because I can, move blocks, whatever I want in creative. But I want to preserve the pattern of the carpet. So just like this, I can grab the carpet, delete the carpet. Right? Not gonna mess up that. No. And then we can place it one block over. Now the center of the carpet is the center of the room and the organ. And now we grab this guy. Like that. Delete it. Oh. Delete it like this instead of hitting the undo button. Is it going to put the hole? It is going to put a hole in the floor, but we'll live with that for now. And that way, fill the space in. Oh, we got Nevada. Is that your name? Welcome in, Raiders. Hope you're having a fantastic Sunday, or whatever the day of the week it is for you guys. We're playing on the SlackVille stream weekend. Right now I'm using a third-party editing program to edit my Big Castle thing. Thanks, Raid! There's a Tom. Hello. Hello. How's it going? Were you playing some Minecraft today? And if so, what were you getting up to? That's a build. It is a build. It's a big build. Of course, running around in a trial chamber. Nice. Totally lost. They are kind of confusing on the inside. I played around with them when they were first added, and they are pretty crazy, honestly. Right now we're working on the, the inside of the castle. Right, we got a throne here on the right. And over here we've got an organ. It's a little hard to see it, because, again, this is not like regular Minecraft, so like glass panes look kind of funny. But we got a nice church organ here, and I'm putting in some tables around it. And with this third-party program, I can just grab stuff and paste them around. I can hit the right buttons. There we go. grab this whole table, paste it in the same place here. Which needs to be a block up, and then another block down. Look at that. Easy peasy, cheesy squeezy. Now we have 2 tables in this space right there. Like that. They're the same height. Yeah, they're the same height. Okay. Let's save. We get back into game. And time. Rude. Guess I'll have to wait until the ad's over. In my view, you don't see the ads. That's interesting. Bye, Minx. Thanks for rating. Indeed. Take care. Thank you so much for sending your fam over here, Minx. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. I get it. You're always at the raid and run. Some days are pretty busy. Such is life. But during the ad break, I copied this guy over there. So now we have 2 tables in our space here. I might make the tables a little shorter. But for now, this is sort of like the shape and size of the space I want, right? We've got 2 tables and the organ in this as the centerpiece. Yeah. If we put in some chairs, and I'm definitely going to have to play the chair design, because we're sort of playing in an odd space. But we could grab crimson trapdoors, like this. Place 2 of them like that. And we sort of have a chair, sort of. Oops, not the right space for that. There we go. Something like that. It's chair-like. I mean, it definitely looks like a chair. And then we could place these every so often along the table. They do need to be 2 blocks apart because of how they're set up. But something like that might work. And then we could definitely make the table shorter. Because I don't know if I want a chair there. We'll try it, though. Something like that. There we go. We got 4 chairs there. Yeah, I think that works. Of course, we do need the chairs on this side. But let's try that. But the chairs just barely fit. Okay. Because I go back here. Like that. I think I placed an accidental. I heard a placement of a trapdoor. I don't know where it went. A little snug over here. Definitely, maybe more than a little snug. But just like that, we've got chairs. They are a little weird because Crimson trapdoors have holes in them. But, you know, it's evil, right? So maybe evil chairs have holes in them. It all makes sense. And now we can actually use item frames like this. I don't know. Glowing item frames, right? Maybe some food. What's evil food? Guys, what evil foods would there be? Dirt? Is that evil? Blood? Or redstone dust, huh? And I may have inspired my own idea. I could type redstone. Raw chicken? Raw rabbit. Raw chicken, raw rabbit? Is that evil? I could even place it something like there, like that. Oh, you're right. Spider eye. There we go. See, we got the idea. That's why we do the streaming. Goodness, we can rotate them around a little randomly. So they each get a unique orientation. Then I believe we could use pots. Not potions, but pots for cups. I'm also curious about decorated pots. I've yet to find a use for them in a build that I like, you know? But we could definitely try something. Like something like that, I think actually really works in that space. I kind of wish this was a block taller. Like there's a block more space here. But I'm going to have to play a lot with the outside to do that. Or maybe I don't, right? Only one block difference. I'm about to change the orientation of those, but just to add some space here. I feel like the ceiling is a little too close for the space we've got going on. No, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, I feel like that gives it a little bit more space between the chairs and that. And it doesn't look too different from the outside. Sköll has 1,500 cheese. No. I always get the number wrong. 1,500. No, 150,000 cheese. I feel embarrassed, you know? I went to college to study maths and stuff. And the numbers, they just don't come to me anymore, you know? They abandoned me once I left college. That's how it is. Oh, we can also put candles up there. Even putting candles on the ground might look kind of cool. Like they're just everywhere for some reason. That's a classic in an evil castle, right? Candles just absolutely everywhere. Let's not light anything on fire. Crimson does not burn, but, you know, everything else does, so. I just said don't light anything on fire. I think we can fit more here, like this. They might have, like, one side be black candles and one side be red. I think that could be, like, a fun theme going on. Like, this side's black candles on the table, and this one's got the red ones. I could also mix and match. Like, I'm not opposed to whatever. And, of course, we could also do floating candles, you know? cake. You can't put candles on cakes. It's not a bad idea. I like that. Shad, you're doing fantastic today. All the great ideas coming in. You can't really put more than one candle on it, unfortunately. But you can put, you know, one single candle. And maybe we have the black candle or the black cake on the other side. They're a little off center just because the tables are even in width. Yeah, they have to be even because each chair takes up. I guess it doesn't need to be. Each chair takes up 3. So you could have a table that's odd in size, like if we extend it out a little bit further. But, you know, we're running out of space to do that. Unfortunately, right now, though, it's even. Yeah, there we go. See? Got the black one, the red one. Yeah. It works. Like I said, we could also have floating candles. Candles that are floating are a little bit hard to place. So they do need to be sitting on a block originally when you place them. Like that. But then you can get rid of the block. They're not gravity blocks, so they don't need actually anything below them once they're placed. They just need to be placed on top of a block. They can't be placed along the side, like a trapdoor or anything else can be. No placing it like that. Now that we've determined that I kind of like this a little bit taller, you can place more. Like that. There we go. Yeah, I actually really like this. This is coming together wonderfully. The other thing I want to think of now, before it's too late, is a way out of this room. So we're going to have to step up, because that's going to be like the normal floor of this room. I do want to do a kitchen. I've tried kitchen designs before, and all my kitchens are pretty abysmal. So I might actually have to look at a real kitchen, you know? I did study some like architecture stuff in college, a little bit. So, you know, like the form factor of a kitchen is pretty typical. Or I should say that most kitchens are set up a certain way, at least in the United States. So maybe we'll have to read more on that, just to make a kitchen that looks kind of cool. But maybe we're going evil kitchen, you know? Evil kitchens don't have to follow the rules. They're evil. They're evil! You know? They're evil! So they can do what they want. But I think that room and then that room over there will be the 2 kitchens for these 2 dining room areas. Oh yeah, I did place the organ in here because I thought it might be like a good start to do it in here. But I like it better as a centerpiece. And then we could do like a mirrored organ over here as well. I'm not sure if we want 2 of them, but you know, double the trouble and all that. Maybe it's worth it to have 2. Or we could just decorate the other side up differently, you know? It doesn't need to be perfectly symmetrical. And it might be more interesting if it isn't. Yeah? Like, we finished one side now with like this, but maybe we could do something with the other. Yeah? We just got to figure it out, you know? I think Amulet would be the perfect way to copy this over. The decorations on top will probably be different. But just getting both tables and the chairs and the placemats out, probably worth it real quick. Oh, you spelled cheese wrong twice. Redstone is more like blood. Exactly. We're doing a vampire castle, so the blood really fits in. Have I missed any other messages? Bird did go on a heist. The crew arrives in a mirror universe where the ground is littered with craters. The moon really is made of cheese. Only some make it back to spacesuits in time. The mirrors are cycled for a cheesy redemption. A successful mirror hunt with a bounty of mirror hole cheese. Sköll made 100,000. And Snowy made 150,000. Oh, I think Bird died. Sorry, Bird. Oh. You know, Slack's been sitting with me in the voice chat this whole time, and we still haven't been jump scared by him, you know? Kind of crazy. Let's grab this. Yeah, we only got 30 minutes left. I might want to jump back onto SlackVille, you know? And then we could play a little bit in survival. Because we are building this in survival. Don't get me wrong. We have been playing a lot creative. But this is just a design work. Slack isn't listening. No, he's deafened right now. Sorry, I get hungry. Around, soon is going to be around my dinner time, so. I'll be glad to pass it over to Aaron Glows. Eesh. Move the cake. Replace some of the candles with black candles. Maybe it's the vampire's, 10,000th birthday. Sköll, how old are you again in vampire years? I forgot. Yeah, I think it does. It looks amazing now. Look, we've done this all in one stream, you know? It looked like this before we started today. I mean, it had a little bit of like this bits here. But we've done so much in the couple hours we've had today. This is the progress we've made. We've got an organ. We've got 2 tables. We've got birthday cakes for evil vampire kings. We really have perfected the art of making use of a stream, you know? Or at least the time we have. And if I really want, I could definitely pull the tables down 8 block. I don't think it would interfere at all. Because it might be a little bit too close to the wall over there. Right? But that's just minor stuff, you know? We'll take a quick break, guys. And I'll be back in a second. You're not ready, guys. Okay, I'm gonna go back again. Feel free to take a stretch break. Sorry. We are back. And we're going to be jumping back onto the SlackVille server itself. So we did a bunch of designing today, which I think was worth it. But one thing that I forgot to do yesterday was return my armor to the game we played yesterday. And that game, of course, was Scootball. I had a lot of fun playing that yesterday. I actually got invited to play it earlier. You know, we did have to do some other things today, so didn't get to play it. But I want to return the armor back. Thankfully, my elytra is not going to break here. I was watching a game being played earlier, and there was some cool stuff going on. I noticed that there's a scoreboard now. So the first person to the first team to 3 points wins. I'm not sure which points are for who. Is that like the fairies scoring over there? Or is that the lizard scoring against the fairies? I think that's like their score, right? Probably because it would be easier to detect when something goes in that ball and then outputting it there. But it's really cool that they have that now. A little scoreboard. Now over here, we could drop them in. I'm not sure where... Oops. I'm not sure where they should be dropped off. Oh, I think I started enchanting them. That's probably a good idea. They break pretty easily. I'll just put them here. Like that. These were not colored when I had them. We drop that off there. Cool. Excellent. I love how this game's coming along. I heard that Rendog was the one that did this. I'm probably going to go watch a Rendog vid. I have actually not watched Rendog in a long, long time. Rendog, of course, being one of the Hermitcraft dudes. I used to watch him a long time ago. Back when I used to watch YouTube more often, you know? Now that I'm a big boy, spending my time watching YouTube is rather unproductive. So I spend most of it working and, well, making my own content these days. So, but I did get back into watching some Hermitcraft content. I was watching BWO, a little bit of Good Times with Scar. I love Good Times with Scar's building style, you know? So, he's like one of the best builders ever to live in all of Minecraft, probably, without exaggeration. And then BWO is also an amazing builder, so been watching them a little bit to get inspirations for my own builds. And speaking of my own builds, let's go back home. And over here, past the UFO that Obi-Wan built. We could hop into the Nether. Technically, my base is actually not too far from right where we're standing. But the Nether is still faster, and I only have 8 rockets, so gotta use them sparingly. So, we're out. So what I think we could do is we could look at the big build, like the placement of it. I need to create some more holograms so I can actually start building it. And I think for my next stream, that's what I'm going to work on, is the holograms to build it. And then today, though, we can work on our tunnel. So our nether tunnel needs a little bit more work done on it. There's some really cool ideas for designs for it. So we're going to switch gears from working on this. And you can see, there it is, right? There's the outline of some of the towers. There's the rickety old bridge that you're going to use to... Excuse me. Get in there from here. And one of the other things I think would be cool, to get up here, of course, to the castle, would be an entrance from here. Maybe somewhere over here, I'll have a bubble column, like a hidden door thing, that pops you up here from way down below, so you can get in through this back door. There's also going to be other secret entrances to get in here. I don't want to have to fly in here all the time. I do love flying, don't get me wrong. But there's something magical about it getting everywhere on the ground, especially in the age of the Elytra, where so many places can be accessed from the sky. Hi, Tana. Or Tanya. Welcome in. Playing some Minecraft. It's our stream weekend for SlackVille today. So I think we can spend the remaining time we have today with our spicy orange juice. Everyone's favorite block. Everyone loves some spicy orange juice. Yum. Shh, phantoms, okay? We don't got time for you, okay? Shh. No flying squirrel shenanigans. This is a serious gamer moment here. Squirrels keep trying to escape. Thankfully, though, everyone knows that flying squirrels' main weakness is minecarts. Of course, it all makes sense. You'd think it'd be cats because they actually fly from cats. But you'd be wrong. Even though they have the ability to fly, and should theoretically have the ability to escape a minecart, you're going to get a little bit too much. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start to fill in a little bit of our floor here. I have this really cool idea for the nether tunnel. I think I showed it yesterday. I can't remember. Who knows what happened yesterday? That was like a lifetime ago. But the idea is we're going to have some lava here on either side, and that's sort of going to fit the theme of our base a little bit, because we'll have lava running down the side of our massive castle. And with our lava farm, we shouldn't have to worry about running out anytime soon. But once we get this lava in here, we can also begin to work on the bit above the lava. Unfortunately, striders spawn in lava, so what I'm working on is placing glass here on top to prevent the striders from spawning. But, of course, can't be that easy, because we also need to put in the floor underneath, match this. So I'm going to be putting in deep slate. It does need to go down 2 blocks here because of the lava. Lava is not a full block tall, as you can see here. It's only like 1 pixel short of a full block tall. So I am going to have to put in another block down there along the line. And the same thing's going to happen over here, and that's why I'm digging out a block beneath it. Because there, I'm also going to have to put a block in. So before I can put the glass in, not only do I need the lava, but I need all these blocks filled in below it as well. So I think we can spend the remaining time here chipping away at this. Every stream we do, we usually go over here and start chipping away at it. And one thing we might be able to do now is work on the block palette for the walls. I'm thinking I want to go with either blackstone, which is what's here, obviously, or, and this is, I think, could be really interesting, we could use black concrete, right? One of the nice things about black concrete is it's the blackest block in the game. No block is darker. By putting it in the wall there, we can make this space feel a little bigger and more shadowy by using a black concrete rather than the black stone. Because black stone does have a texture to it, you know? Got all those little bits and bobs in it. Or black concrete is relatively solid in its coloration. So we could craft up just a little bit of black concrete powder and then turn it into, you know, the solid concrete and place them over there just to get a vibe of it in survival, you know? I have mocked it up a lot in creative, but the problem being, even though the black concrete looks better, it's obviously more expensive, more time-consuming to place, and all around, not quite as easy. I should have some black dye. It did kill about 1 million squids, yeah. So we should be good with that. I do have some sand somewhere, probably over here, huh? I spent one stream grabbing just sand. And sand and more sand. So. We might not have enough time to test with it if I can't find the sand, you know? We're gonna have to be skedaddling. Doing the transfer. Oh, did I turn all the glass? I might have turned all my sand to glass now that I think about it. I'm gonna need lots of glass for the mega build. Are those rockets? Why do I get to this random box? What kind of strategy is that? Random box rockets? There's our deep slate. Which one of you guys in chat let me store all those rockets in that random chest? How could you guys? So irresponsible. And by so irresponsible, I mean it's irresponsible to let me be irresponsible. Obviously. It all makes sense. This box. Yeah, I think it turned all to glass. Oopsie poopsies. It was Gary. Gary. Agent Gary on the case. We have gravel. Oh. Sand. And not going to be a lot of concrete blocks, but, you know. It works, I guess. think we got an intruder in our chat, guys. In the voice chat.
I was hoping I could sneak in here without you noticing me. Hello.
I saw the Twitch of Discord.
Oh.
So go in. And I also have a display that tells me who's in voice chat on stream.
What? Right.
Look at my stream.
I need to do that. Come here, Discord. There we go. What you doing?
Placing concrete powder. What you doing?
Logging into Minecraft.
What's your plan for today's stream?
I don't know, and we're gonna dig a hole about it. So. The usual.
Diggy hole?
Special. Most likely.
We do got to think of an item for our stream box to pass the torch over. I'm not sure what to use.
So we're doing a bunch of stuff with candles.
I did do a bunch of stuff with candles, but I don't know if I have candles in survival.
Do you want to make a candle shop yet this season?
Did someone? That'd be nice.
I haven't seen one. I might have new plans.
Are you going to be the candle overlord?
No,
Was that you going in the shopping
last
portal, or was that
season?
someone else?
Were you over here?
I'm in the nether. I went into the shopping portal.
Probably. Oh, it's me then. When did this get prettified over here? I like it.
It was like yesterday. Yesterday morning.
Like just suddenly?
Yes. I logged on and then everything was pretty. It was crazy.
I love it. They used the new flowers.
They did. And they used the petals from the cherry blossoms.
Ooh.
And they used cheese, probably. I mean, you can't confirm that one, but yeah, definitely.
Well, you could eat cheese while doing it. While building. I think that would count.
Oh, if I have enough wax to craft a candle. You could try, real quick. I think it's wax and string to make a candle.
Wax and string should be a...
Thank you, bees. It really is the bee's knees today.
Indeed, it is.
Did you know bees don't have knees?
Like, what?
Crazy. They don't have knees.
I thought... Is it just leg? And then...
Yeah, I think it is just
Wrist?
leg. And I think so. Something like that. I don't know. Everyone keeps
Where's
telling me they
your
don't have
arm?
knees.
Then tell us at the bee's knees if the bees do not have knees.
Exactly. What I've been saying.
Let's stop paying up. Phone, cooperate, please. Do bees have knees? Apparently they do have knees, but they aren't the same as human knees.
I cannot believe
They
this.
have knees, but not kneecaps.
We're nearing the end, guys. Almost time to pass it over.
Primarily because my brain is silly.
No, it's okay.
What?
Better be early than late. Not that I would know anything about being late, because I've never ever been late to anything ever.
Spy and Mobby. And they go. The early crew.
My anvil broke.
Anvil? Are there still not some at the over here?
There is, but I used my own anvil like a fool, and it shattered.
I cannot hear you over the clouds. But I need more anvils over here too. Stream weekend looping into the morning really did a number on our anvil collection over here. Is that? It is a fearless.
Yes.
Hello.
You got me a special skin today because someone redeemed it. Redeem.
Skincare treatment.
Yes, I'm furry fearless.
That looks very comfy. And
I even have a tail.
wait, do I have a thing? I get comfy mode. How? Give me a second. Where is it? Yeah, yes. We're gonna be comfy.
Oh yeah, look at that! Wow,
Got a little butt wiggle.
wow. I like how your pant legs are
like
different
your
colors. That's kind of cool.
Yes.
That's really cool. I like that.
Feel like
Well.
an axolotl onesie. I'm pretty sure I still have all the files somewhere.
Are you an axolotl?
Mm-hmm. Wait, here's the best part.
Are you an axolotl?
It's a little axolotl onesie. Can't look at my own forehead. Back. Loud. That's Minecraft music. Hang on. You live there now. But make a little face.
Sure, I'm
I'm
looking
an
at.
axolotl now.
You have horns or ear things.
They're little frills.
Oh, because it's an axolotl.
I'm pretty sure I made these when axolotls first came out.
We're be sending the fam over to Aaron Glows, so you gotta make sure you treat them as just as well as you treated me today. To go show them some support, but just because they're a friend doesn't mean that they're immune to the cheese raid. Where's your cheese? I know you're hiding it somewhere. I think you got a cheesecake.
Counts as cheese today.
What was it? You didn't even tell me what flavor of ice cream you're eating today. I was so sad.
It's always chocolate with chocolate sprinkles.
Chocolate with chocolate sprinkles. One time I had like triple chocolate. I don't know how it was triple chocolate, but it was like triple chocolate with chocolate sprinkles and then chocolate chips or something like that.
That's too much chocolate.
No, it's never enough.
The triple chocolate where it's like a brownie, hot fudge, and sprinkles, that's too much. That's different flavors of chocolate. I do. I'm still doing a silly little thing. I have the peoples. Hello, people.